The new normal is something that we've been talking about for months. But as we watch the world around us reopen and we plan for our kids to go back to school, that normal has now arrived. And you might notice there's a lot of new feelings that come along with it. Here to help us navigate those is life coach Nadine Winter. Good to have you with us.
Good morning, Anne-Marie. Good to be here. Thank you.
Well, I'm looking forward to what you have to say. You know, emotions running high as the world begins to reopen. Why is it important to recognize how we feel and the fact we might not feel comfortable with it?
Oh, it's so important to recognize that there are people that are dealing with this in very extreme ways. There's different emotions that people are uneasy. And so understanding that this will look different to other people, adjusting to the new norm is crucial. You have people who are sort of laid back, and then you have others that are going to be very pensive and sort of looking on edge, and being able to recognize that that's just how they're coping, and allowing ourselves to be empathetic to where people are at, because the feelings are all over the map right now.
Nadine, how do you suggest that we move forward with the changes, not stay stuck in our feelings?
Excellent question once again. I believe that it's important to just literally take things one day at a time. Make sure that you're in the know. Take baby steps to what you're doing. Some of us have been isolated for months and are just now, exploring the idea of going back in the outdoors. So being mindful and really just doing what you're comfortable with one day at a time.
That could be as simple as maybe going for a walk in your neighborhood, getting out in the world.
Going for a walk in the neighborhood, going for a walk to your local park, you know, deciding that you're going to even just go back into your backyard, your front yard, your balcony, whatever it is, but taking that step. Um, and then once you've taken that step, decide that you're going to take another step. Decide that perhaps you're going to go to your local convenience store. You're going to go to your grocery store and pick up a few essentials. Maybe you're going to go to the bank, but just keep moving. I would also suggest connecting with a friend. So many of us have not been able to see each other face to face. So now is the time. Take that first step and go get a coffee with a friend.
Nadine, Canada's Chief Public Health Officer, Teresa Tam, has said it could be 2 to 3 years of physical distancing, wearing masks before a vaccine is ready for public consumption. So how do we prepare for something that, right now it seems fine to prepare for a few months at a time, but to plan out for the next 2 or 3 years, how do you do that?
Oh, I think that's a fantastic question. And really, the best way to stay prepared and to plan out is to stay informed. And again, to take things one day at a time. It is so difficult right now with all the different opinions that are going around. There's so many changes going around. I think the one thing we can be sure of and be in agreement with is that nobody can predict what's going to happen from one moment to the next. All of the experts have been doing their best to keep us informed and directing us through this difficult time. So staying informed is crucial. But again, I've noticed how resilient we are as human beings, how adaptable we are. Just think about the changes that have happened over the past 10 years in terms of technology. Initially we resist the changes, but as humans, we eventually adapt. We might complain, but we adapt and we go with whatever our new reality is. So I think we just need to stay informed, be prepared, stay calm, stay open, and we'll get there together.
Finally, Nadine, if people are feeling anxious about not just themselves, but about their kids getting back into the world, getting back into the routine of regular life as we know it now, what's your advice for
Yeah.
them?
Oh, the anxious feelings are completely normal and to be expected. And my advice is to really try to be comfortable with where you're at. Be honest about how you're feeling. Don't do anything that you're not ready for. Don't feel pressured by any means. Take your stance and let others know what your stance is. Also, be aware that there's lots of help and support around you. Educate yourself about staying and keeping safe. Ask family members for help. I'm also suggesting that you seek help from professionals. Again, so many of us have been experiencing great levels of anxiety, depression, fear, feelings of isolation, and there are supports. There's remote counseling available that I provide as a coach and that others are providing that can help to address the different feelings you might be having and get you ready to accept the changes and to go with it.
Nadine, thanks for your great advice today.
You're so welcome. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for watching. If you like this, be sure to subscribe here.
And you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.